first of all, I have to credit Righteous Owl, my wife, for planning. Talk about preparation. I was at my 40 hour. And I was sitting there at my desk and trying to finish some things up. I had about a week to go, or well, no, it was more than that. I think it was about 2 weeks to go before I actually found out when I was going on vacation. Because Thunder was in horse camp.
Okay.
And the objective was that we were going to go pick him up from horse camp in West Texas near Fort Davis, a place called Prude Ranch. And I had gotten. I kind of scratched my head a little bit and said, I wonder if Leslie's has got this thing planned out. I wonder if my wife has got this thing planned out. And sure enough, like that night I came home and she had the whole thing. I mean, I don't know, she must have done it in an afternoon, and she planned out this entire trip. Well, I mean,
she probably had it detailed to the minute.
Yeah, well, pretty much so.
Yep.
because our days were packed, and we did just the right amount of. Last night, we did just the right amount of travel time. So we spent just the right amount of time in the car. We'd spent just the right amount of time in the hotel and motel rooms, and we saw sites that had to do with history. We had sites that had to do with Texas history. We saw some nice, pretty scenery. We got outside and hiked. We saw Native American Indian things. We saw stars, and we made our own meals. We had meals out. I mean, it was
You made your own meals?
Well, yeah, sure.
Like sandwiches?
Like yeah. No, we hunted wild boar and
got out the bow and arrow.
Yeah, I like to get back to nature, but not quite that that much.
Or you always get Thunder out there, and he could stomp the ground to death.
Yeah, he could yell at the animals.
There you go.
But just to maybe I'll try to cover. I won't try to. I'm not going to strain to cover everything. Let me put it that way. But we started out in Fort Davis. From where we sit right now is a good 8 hours. You spend about 6.5 of those hours driving down I-20 on westbound, and lots of windmills and things like that.
Oh.
And wind power. Well, not windmills, but wind power. And it was kind of funny because that day, that afternoon was particularly warm and still, and it was the wind power thingies weren't turning, the turbines weren't turning on the day when you need it. When you need air conditioning.
Well, yeah, of course.
So
yeah,
sure. Right. Yeah. But the place where we picked up Thunder was at a place called Prude Ranch, which had been there for I believe over 100 years, and so it was a very good place. Once again, if you have children, I guess, who are, I guess they started them out for fairly young, I guess 7 or 8 years old, and you want to get them kind of in touch with nature, a good summer camp kind of environment, where they're away from home for the first time, but need to do all those things that young kids need to do, and getting them some real training on real horses. It's a great place. It's a fun camp, and Thunder had a good time so far as we know.
Awesome.